All right. Good evening, people. It is Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. Welcome to this wonderful show, Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. I am your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. We are live on Spotify, Twitch, Twitter, the YouTube channel. Please like and share. It is the name of the show. We are live on my Facebook page, which I will of course share so everybody can come on. We have a special guest as always. I'm biased because I love all my guests. Um, I let people know how I know the guests. Again, I'll get into that how we know each other, but I'm going to get into his bio real quick. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. It has been proven over and over again since we started this show almost 2 years ago. So tonight I have this wonderful gentleman here who's been anxious to talk about this vibe that we have on this show, Mr. Yusuf Jackson. His bio
Yeah,
states
doing.
as he's 47 years old from Elizabeth, New Jersey. Father of three amazing children, ages ranging from 22 to 30. He's recently retired from the U.S. Army after 24 long years serving in the United States Army. He is currently residing in Dallas, Texas, where he is the proud owner of Jersey J's Upscale Barbershop. He is a true entrepreneur at heart. He's looking for new ways to improve his business power from men's beard products. Jersey J's Better Beard Butter, to his clothing brand Get Faded, to his new launch cigar line Jersey Jersey J's Sweet Simone, where he's trying to leave a legacy for his children. All right, people, welcome this wonderful black in excellence man, Yusuf Jackson.
Yeah, doing.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How you?
I can't complain. Ain't no sense.
You're right about that.
So now that we have welcomed you to this wonderful platform and let people know who you are, I'm going to let them know how we actually connected, which again, my big brother main event, which is his cousin,
My first cousin. First cousin.
first cousin. So again, I have to give shout out, of course, to God. Shout out to Main Event for always making things happen, sending people my way for all of us to benefit from this positivity that all of our guests bring to the platform. So again, Mr. Jackson, where did it all begin? I know you said you're from Elizabeth, New Jersey, but where did it begin, or where do you feel like it began for the opportunity to think about having your own?
Well, I mean, it's always been in my family. We all have a family of entrepreneurs. So I've seen it growing up from, my uncles to my aunts, owning boutiques and barbershops and clothing stores and everything. So from a young kid, I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit in me. But it wasn't until probably my last 4 years in the military that I said, "Hey, I got to do something. I'm getting out soon, and that door is closing. I need to open a new one." So there it is.
So being in the military, was the option to like, look, I don't have no other option. I'm going to the military, or was that something you wanted to do from jump? I need to know.
Well, actually, I couldn't stand the military growing up. Being in high school, I used to get recruited a lot to join the army, and I just was like, "This is not for me. I'm not going to somebody else's war. I don't want to do it." So I was actually in college, and it just I just didn't feel like I was getting anything out of college. I was just like, well, I'm here, I'm learning, I'm not failing, but I just wanted more. I feel like being in Jersey, there was more than being in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and I wanted to see that. So I actually withdrew from school. I was 18. I withdrew from school, and I was driving home, and I realized, yo, I just dropped out of college. My parents are going to kill me. So I didn't know what to do. And back in the day, if you remember the little poster, "Be all you can be," I seen that sign, and I said, "Well, what the hell?" And I went in, but my intention was only to go in for about 3 years, just to get my mom and dad off my back. When I tell them, "Hey, mom, I dropped out of school, but I joined the army." 3 years, they'll forget about it, and 24 years later, here I am.
So how many tours is that?
Well, no, I did 4 tours, two in Afghanistan, two in Iraq, but total military time was 24 years. Yeah.
So, um,
I thank God that I'm here. I got all my fingers, all my toes, most of my sense. So I'm all right.
most.
Most,
Okay.
I got most of it.
So with all of that, the traveling, being a part of the military, what are some what could you say to people as a benefit of being in the military?
Well, definitely, I would definitely say you find yourself when you're in the military. I went in, I was 20 years old, about to be 21. I didn't know what I was going to do in my life. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. So when I joined the military, it was just like I saw a purpose. I knew my worth, and I knew I was able to do anything I put my mind to. I had a good career, a long career. I've done everything that I wanted to do in the military. So I think because of that, it helped me be the guy that I am today. I don't take no for an answer. There's nothing that I can't do. Nothing. Whatever anybody can do, I can do it.
Okay. So with before we came on, you guys, we were talking about I was informing him of the incident that happened. That's not really an incident. Um the unfortunate crisis that happened earlier today with at the elementary school, another mass shooting with someone who was 18 years old. Um, that was, I want to say 13, 14 kids, and a teacher was murdered today. And this is what the third or fourth in the last month of mass shooting when it comes to schools, grocery stores, even in the church. Um, what do you feel is I know this has, we're not saying professionally or
Yeah.
anything. This is all of our opinions. But what do you feel is what we're missing with our young adults to make them, snap or even think about killing someone?
Well, my personal opinion, I believe, is just the lack thereof of guidance. You know what I'm saying? I think today's youth, we lack guidance. And the part of that is because you can't really talk to kids sometimes. You can, but you can't. We're afraid to talk to a young guy because the minute, somebody my age, 47, tell a young guy 22, 23 to do something, he gets hard. He starts snapping at you, you ain't my daddy. Who are you? Blah, 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 blah. And I just feel like we lost that connection between that generation and our generation. I feel like, we need to have more mentorship programs, PTSD situations, and everybody think PTSD is just a military thing. That's not the case. I have PTSD, and I'm not afraid to say it. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that it's looked at as a bad thing. Like, oh, he got PTSD. He must be crazy, or he must be something wrong with him. And that's not the case. I just feel as though as our generation, we need to reach back when we do get on these platforms like your show and my platform. We need to turn around and reach back and talk to these young kids and bring them in to the communities and let them know, hey, brother, hey, sister, there's other ways you can go about doing what you do other than picking up a gun joining a gang, doing this, doing that. We got to show them that there's other ways to make money, other ways to be rich. There's other options. And I think that'll help. That'll help.
I do agree. I also know that a lot of the time, with us growing up, um, we had a lot of after school programs.
Definitely.
With the was it 4-H and boys and girls clubs. It was different
PAL,
things.
the
Yeah,
PAL.
all of these things to keep us busy. And this is one of the things that not only learning games, checkers, chess, all these different things that motivate your mind, keep your mind going. And I do puzzles to this day. I should have did, made puzzles, but these are the things like when you're not going to school, these are the things that I've learned to keep your mind sharp. Doing puzzles. Also learning to get aggression out was sports, not just, aggressive, but to be able to you might not get a chance to be able to express yourself, but you can express yourself in the games. You can express
Exactly.
yourself with your teammates. Different things that we have lost touch. I always say this all the time. I had a village that raised me. That included my family, my immediate family, my extended family, my neighborhood, my church family, and my school. They all played a part in who I am today. Good, bad, or ugly, indifferent, whatever you want to call it. That was the village. So a lot of these kids don't have a village because we went to this me, mine, and that's it. You see something and you turn your eyes, you close your eyes, you don't pay no attention. I remember for sure it was several eyes on me in our neighborhood, and you
Definitely.
was allowed to get I won't say beat, but you was allowed to get a whooping from several people in my neighborhood. And by the time I got home or daddy got home, that was an extra two more whoopings in the same day.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we had somebody with accountability. And I think that's the thing that we're missing with our teenagers, our preteens, our young adults is accountability. Um, and we can't forget as an adult where we came from. Don't portray like you've been an angel forever. Because
Exactly.
listen, I tried to burn all my skeleton bones. There's a few still out there.
Yeah.
So
Don't we all?
again,
Don't we all?
don't act like you ain't never did nothing.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Mm-mm. So now that we got, the seriousness out of the way, and we're moved to. So how did you get in Dallas?
Well, about I would say about 3 years from retirement, I was uh I was in Georgia. I was stationed in Savannah, and like I said, the clock was counting, and it was going fast. So I was like, "Yo, what am I gonna do?" And I was at the barbershop, and I talked to my barber and asked him about the barber business, and you know how lucrative is it? And he was like, "Well, you really wouldn't believe me if I told you." So if any barbers out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a good business. So I immediately went to barber school while I was in the military. So
Okay.
that was a blessing to I'll be able to do that. So I had a friend of mine who lived in Austin. So on vacation, on leave, I was in Austin trying to plan where I'm gonna move my next step. And Dallas is very good when it comes to veterans. They take care of their veterans extremely well. So I was like, you know what, Texas it is. So while in Austin, my friend was like, hey, you need to check out Dallas because it's up and coming. It's way faster than Austin. So I came out here, fell in love with Dallas, and this is where I'm at. And I'm never leaving Dallas ever.
So I'm not gonna assume that you ride horses.
I do not. And that's a myth. Everybody thinks that everybody in Texas wears cowboy hats. wear cowboy boots, and ride horses. But I do know how to ride a horse. I just currently don't ride a horse.
Okay. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just breaking down, what I would have thought. Like, okay, so are we riding horses or we not?
Oh, nah, nah.
So, in joking, I said, "Wow, I wish you was here. I wish I was there, to get a nice fade or touch up on my hair because right now, currently, I do my own hair.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so in your barber school, was it mainly for males or was it unisex?
It was unisex. I actually went to barber school in Georgia. And once I got to Texas, I just converted my license over to a Texas license. But it was unisex. So I'm licensed. I don't do too many like perms and stuff like that, chemicals, but I do, every now and then I do, females hair. It's mainly the male and the
Okay.
short haired females.
So, is your barbershop anything like the movie Barbershop?
No, no, no. Well, I'm not going to say completely no. We have our moments where it is, but mainly it's more of a gentleman spot. The guys come in, have a pool table, shoot pool, have a cigar area. They can smoke cigars while they wait. Have a bar area so they can have drinks and stuff like that. So it's more of now. I will say it's not Pookie's barbershop, so you ain't gonna run up in here and worry about getting shot or none of that. You're gonna hang out, and it's more of an up tempo lounge vibe. It's more of a lounge vibe.
Okay. And so where did that idea come from? Because most of the stuff that we as creators, most of the time we see something that we have experienced and we want to bring it to our audience or our clients, our guests. Of I went somewhere, I experienced, I seen some things, and this is look, if I felt good after leaving this place, then I'm going to create something similar, but I got to put my touch to it. So is that how you came up with your upscale barbershop?
Well, so I got tired of every time that I go to a barbershop, it was always loud music. It was always cussing, guys smoking weed. So when I sat down and did my business plan to come up with the barbershop, I took the guy out of it. And that guy's gonna be like, what are you talking about? But it's a men's barbershop. So the barbershop creation came with the focal point of women because I feel as though women usually bring their kids, plural, multiple kids. So if you're not happy in the barbershop, you're not going to come back. So guys, we'll go anywhere. We'll go sit in Ray's barbershop and have a beer and listen to the loud music, and we'll be okay as long as the cut is good. But women, y'all sit out in the car, send y'all kids in because y'all don't want to go through that whole look at her checking me out, or you feel uncomfortable. So I designed the shop to be more female friendly. So when women come in, or when husbands are, deployed, for instance, or working hard or working late, when y'all come in, y'all in a comfortable environment. You get a glass of wine, while you're waiting for your son to get their haircut. And it's a comfortable environment. And I just got tired of, as a Black business owner, we can't ever have anything nice for us. And I just got tired of looking around, seeing these hood barbershops. And there's nothing against the hood barbershops, because guess what? That's what some people like. Every now and then I go to a hood barbershop and get my haircuts. I got a homeboy who owns a shop. So it's nothing against those, but I just think we need to evolve and get out of that mentality and get some more professionalism and have something, that we all can appreciate. I look for a different type of clientele.
Okay, that makes sense. So with that being said, can we look for and not that you are stereotyping anyone, but most of
Not
the
at all.
time, do you get the doctor, lawyer, the um just ownership or um degree owners? that come to your barbershop?
So I would say probably 90% of the clients that come through the barbershop are councilmen, uh, doctors. I have a couple lawyers, police officers, I have two judges. So that's the clientele that comes in. But I also got, the everyday guy, everyday female. Everybody comes in, but the majority, because then they all say the same thing. Hey, I like this environment because you can't be a lawyer. You come in on a break, get a haircut, your cape smell like weed, you gotta be in court in 30 minutes. So they don't like that. So they come here because it's a diverse shop. I have Latino barbers, I had a female barber, I haven't had a white barber at one time. So it's a very diverse crowd for everybody that comes to the shop.
That sounds great. So you said that you serve wine for those who are waiting. So is that an extra pay, or is that, oh, you come in, you want a glass
So
of wine?
it's complimentary. It comes with the service. It comes with it. So
Okay, and so what, um for those who are asking, I'm sure I'm not the only one. So what that type of services that you render, what
mhm.
does the average cost of a haircut cost?
So with that being said, so you would think it'd be expensive, but it's not. I'd rather have more and pay less and pay more.
Mhm.
So, average cut is $30. The
Okay.
full works, if you want the full Monty, you want the shave, the hot towel razor, the steam facial, the beard treatment, everything's $100.
Okay.
And that's for the works for a client.
Okay. So on average, with the help being there, how how many people are you staffing?
1, 2, 3. So right now, currently, I have four barbers, including myself. So it's five of us. I have the potential to hold 13. The shop is big enough to hold 13 barbers. So
Okay.
for right now, but I'm very selective. So that's a problem. But well, I'm not gonna say it's a problem. It's a problem for someone trying to get in. Like I have a 30-day trial period. I'm very selective of who I hire and come into the shop because I have a brand and I don't want that brand tarnished because you don't want to conform to my brand,
Got you.
you know. So I mean, this is a team, we're a family, we go to lunch once a week, we have functions at my house, monthly, sometimes weekly. In fact, I got one tonight. So we constantly do things together. But as far as like the price point, I think it should be affordable for everybody to come in because you might get that guy who was at another barbershop that just got tired of it, or the mother who got tired of it, and they decide, you know what, I want to change a venue, and then they come here. But if it's too expensive, then he have to go back. But for here, it's not. Like I said, $30. Kids cuts are 25.
Okay. Excuse me. So with that being said, one thing about Barbershop, the movie, or our local barbershop, most of us,
Uh,
we get the conversations, we get the gossip of the week, we get the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, we get
yep.
the everybody's a sports analyst now, and so do you get those in your barbershop?
Yes. Yes. Everything and some. I am a counselor. I am a divorce lawyer. I am, you name it, I am that guy. And we get it all. We get it all. We got one guy, I call him Google because he knows everything. You ask him a question, Google knows the answer. So
Mhm.
yeah, we get it all.
Absolutely. So are you stationed in like mid of Dallas, or like it's convenient place?
I am in Duncanville, which is off of I-20. If anybody know the Dallas area, Duncanville is off of I-20. So I'm centrally located. Like I was telling you earlier, everything is 20 to 25 minutes in Texas. No matter where you are in Texas, you could be somewhere else in another city, 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes max.
Okay, so of course, I'm being nosy and I'm looking
Nah,
at your walls. So tell me about
nah.
your pictures that's in on your walls.
Oh, so I am a big fan of the era, the 60s era of barbering. I think that's when Black men signified themselves as professionals. That's the beginning entrepreneurship. We coming out of Jim Crow, we coming out of that era. So for a Black man in the 60s and 40s and 50s and 60s to own his own barbershop, I think that was an accomplishment. So that's kind of then this is like my own private suite. So this is I kind of like that vibe. And then of course, the middle one is all the my great comedians in the barbershop. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all my great comedians in the barbershop getting their haircut. So it's just kind of a tribute to them that I kind of, fell in love with.
Okay, so we talked about the barbershop. We talked about just time and service. I do want to ask though, because I do have family members who have served, people close to me.
Mhm.
I lived in Huntsville, Alabama for 10 years, and that was basically military time. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and I always wondered or asked the question, how do you deal with, especially have been deployed, how do you
Mhm.
turn that off or do you?
Well, for me, I can't speak for every service member, but for me, it was my job. I didn't look at it at anything more or anything less. My mission was to get back home to my family. You know, that was my sole mission in life. Um, so I just look at it as I do my job, I go to bed, wake up in the morning, do my job again. And then when it's time to redeploy back home, then I'm home. Um, have I had times where, it did haunt me or I did think about things that happened in Afghanistan or Iraq? I did. But that's when we talked about earlier about having a village behind you. I would go to my sergeant majors, I would go to my first sergeants, and I would go to even some of my soldiers and just talk about it. And, say, hey, you know what, maybe I do need to go talk to a counselor, or maybe I need to go see a specialist just to make sure that I'm good and I don't bring this home to my family. I don't bring this home to my friends. You leave it on the battlefield, and I think that's when that support system is very important, that have that support system.
Do you think that that's an easy thing to do or no?
I can't speak for someone else. For me, it was very easy, but for the next person, it probably wasn't easy, you know. And I was an infantry guy, So if those people wonder, well, maybe he was just a cook or he was a medic. No, I was an infantry dude, so I was front lines. I was literally right there. So it wasn't easy to turn off, but once it was off, it was easy to say, you know what, that is behind me. I have kids to worry about now. I can't dwell in what happened. I need to focus on what I'm going to do, what's going to happen, for their sake.
So with well mentioning your family, your kids are older now. Um, is any of your kids thinking about doing military or no?
At one point, they all thought about it. My youngest son, he was going to serve. Then he decided not to. My oldest son, he was going to serve, but he decided not to. My daughter is currently a senior at Norfolk State University in Virginia. So she's actually thinking about going in. 2 years ago, she was like, "Yeah, Daddy, I think I'm gonna join the military." And I was like, No, you're not. You're gonna finish, get that degree. So when you do go in, if you
You're
decide
already ranked.
you'll be an officer. So why start at the bottom when you can start at the top? So
Absolutely.
she's still contemplating on, because her mother served. Her mother did 20 years as well. So she she might be my lieutenant. She might be my little lieutenant if she decided to
I
go in.
almost went, almost, and then I was like, I don't like my mama telling me what to do. I definitely
It's not
not.
like that. It's not like
That
that.
was my mind.
Everybody
That was
thinks that.
look. You had to
Yeah.
think about that was high school though. So
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. But I have cousins that soon as they graduated from high school, they went, did a whole career, um, One just retired not too long ago. One is in his last tour, and only because his daughter is almost done with her degree, and he wanted to finish it out. But outside of that, I was like, well, I'll live the military through you guys. Yay. God
No,
had
it's the
another
best
plan for
best
me.
decision. Best decision I ever made in my life.
Wow. Yeah. Well, like I said, choices, choices, choices.
Yeah.
Um, but okay, so we talked about Jersey, we talked about Texas, we talked about military, we talked about your barbershop. Now we're gonna talk about what does it mean um to leave a legacy. Not dead people. I said legacy.
Legacy. So I believe that generations past, we never seem to get out of the generational curse, so to speak. If my father did this, my mother did this, then I'm destined to do that. I just feel like what I'm trying to do with my kids is when I'm not here no more, I want to have them, give them something that they can hold on, something that's tangible. I don't want to give them debt. I don't want to give them, something they got to pay for the rest of their life. I want them to live comfortably on the blood, sweat, and tears that I did. That was another reason why I joined the military. I did it so my kids wouldn't have to. You know, I felt like if I go over here and I sacrifice these 20 plus years to make a platform that my kids can stand on, then so be it. My daughter, she goes to school for free because of me going to the military. So that's just one more platform that I gave her. You know what I'm saying? So I think legacies are not given. I believe they're earned and they're sacrificed. You have to make a sacrifice. And so I volunteered. I'll be the guy who make the sacrifice for my kids. So hopefully the next step, my daughter, because she's in school for business, that she'll make a legacy for my grandkids and just keep building generational wealth. You know, but we have to one day say, you know what, I'm tired of living in my parents' debt, or my grandparents' debt. Once we get our legacy going, like every other race, they do it. They leave their kids fortunes. Their kids don't go work a day in their life. They just own things. And ownership, I believe, is the key to success. You have to be an owner. You have to be part of this conglomerate of society that owns.
Absolutely. Um, so you developed with your new cigar line. So how did you get into that?
Okay, so I started this thing in a community called Wind Down Wednesday. So what I did was I went to all the Black business owners, entrepreneurs in the Duncanville, DFW area. And I started telling them, hey, look, you own this business, you own that business, and we're all Black entrepreneurs. So why don't we come together in my venue, my barbershop, not for haircuts, but just to have a networking night to where we can just get together and just throw around ideas. And so they were like, okay, cool. So everybody started coming in, and I would charge everybody at the night. I would say, hey, look, I charge you that one day next week, you go visit XYZ's establishment and purchase something, buy from Smokey D's, buy from the Pelican House, buy from Tipitos, buy something from these Black owned businesses. Hello Beauty, right down the street from me, they got it's an all Black beauty supply store. That's far and rare, So I challenge everybody to go visit these things. And while in there, one of the guys said, hey man, can we smoke in here? And I was like, well, nah, we can't smoke. He said, man, I got this new cigar that I want to smoke. And I do smoke cigars. So he was like, you should make it a cigar thing, open up another avenue. So I said, okay. So, I talked to some people and I just got into it. But the problem was I can never find the cigar that I particularly like consistently. So I was like, once again, I could do anything. So I was like, well, if I can't find it, why don't I just create it? So I got with some people down in Miami that knew some people, and we just came about this cigar, and it was born.
So, like we talked, I am not. I repeat, I am not a smoker. So I have no idea. So for you, with cigars, is it the how do you find a good cigar? Like how do you do that?
Well, it's all up to your palate. Everybody's palate is different when it comes to cigars. So cigars isn't a inhale. It's more of a, it's an elegance. It's an elegance. You know, you don't just, if you ever, well, for those cigar smokers out there, they know what I'm talking about. It's more of an elegance. When you go to a cigar lounge or you go to a cigar bar, you know, it's not a lot of people in there dancing. It's more of a, you sit back, have a cigar, have a drink, and you're conversating one on one or in a group. So it's not a rowdy situation. So that's what I like about the whole cigar experience.
Now, I
But it's
will
all
say I've had the experience.
okay.
I actually went to a cigar lounge here in Detroit, and I was actually going to support someone who was doing music.
There you go.
And I wouldn't I was like, "Oh, I'm about to die." Now, why would you go in a place knowing you don't smoke? This is what they're gonna do. And of course, it was the whole ambiance. It was the bar, it was, the sit back lounging chairs and got you real comfortable, and then into this area again of the live music,
Mhm.
and everybody was talking. They did have, I think, some TVs, sports on or something like that. But it was cool. But again, it was difficult for me because I'm around all this smoke, and I'm like, I really want to be here to support you, bro, but
The smoke, yeah.
I
Well, that's
can't
just
do it.
ventilation. Yeah. Well,
Yes,
if you're not a smoker, then it's understandable. But cigars is up and coming, and everybody that, like, I just came from Austin, what, a week ago, and they had a big cigar fest. I'm going to Houston next weekend for another cigar fest in Houston, so to promote the cigar. So it's a community. It's definitely a community that's up and coming. Even a lot more females are getting into the cigar game. Shout out to 3R Cigars out here. It's a female, black owned female cigar lounge here in Dallas. 3R Cigars. So she doing her thing. She doing her thing.
well, that might be another hookup. Hint, hint.
So yeah,
So in your line of cigars is called Jersey J
Jer- Jersey J's Sweet Simone. I don't know if you can
Sweet
see that.
Simone, okay?
Yeah, it's a semi-sweet cigar. It's not robust. It's real mild. It's so once again, I created it for. I'm a cliche. I'm gonna take this line for fight. It's strong enough for a man, but it's also made for a woman. You know, so it has a sweet aroma, a sweet taste, but towards the middle, it has that kickback to get you more like, whoa, like I'm smoking a cigar. You know, in the beginning, you're like, oh, this is cool. This is, I'm being cute, whatever, whatever. But once you get to that middle part, then you realize, holy smoke, I'm smoking a cigar. Then it kicks in. So, but it's a good smoke all the way through. It's a good smoke all the way through.
Okay. So along with your so what comes um how many come in a box, or is it one single? How do you
It depends on how you want to buy them. You can buy one individual stick. I could do a package deal for you. I can put multiple cigars. It's what you want. It's all of what you want. Most people, when they come here on Wednesdays, like tomorrow night, they'll come here. They may buy 2 or 3 cigars and just sit here and sip on some cognac. And the thing about a cigar, you have to pair it with a good drink.
That was my
So
next thing. Uh-huh.
yeah, so these I personally recommend a Grand Marnier, because the Grand Marnier is a little sweet, the cigar is a little sweet. They blend well together. Or a good, cognac or a Blanton or Uncle Nearest, something like that it's a good. It's a good blend. Good blend.
I have no clue what you're talking about, but okay. Yeah.
That's just a cigar community. You know, they know what I'm talking about. Somebody's out there going, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. I have no clue. I'm not a drinker
Yeah.
either. So
Oh, so you double whammied.
the
Okay, it's
furthest
okay.
drink would be like margarita and the little fruity drinks. I don't
Oh, okay.
I'm such a baby.
Okay.
But
It's
however,
okay. It's okay.
let's see. So we talked about the cigars. We talked about I really like, and I'm gonna give you kudos, of course, for serving for one.
Thank you.
To even think on the lines that I'm going to leave legacy for my children. And then the third thing is bringing in community, which is important to me, especially when you're the connector. Some people um, find out this later that a lot of times as a trailblazer, it's a lonely road sometimes because a
Definitely.
lot of people don't see what you see. And sometimes you gotta, be on the island by yourself until it's time to launch out again and everybody comes aboard. So the thing that I want to really um, say continue to do is bring in others with the community of we all support each other. My
Exactly.
thing is
Exactly.
on social media, I might can't go to every event, but I'm a like and share because at the end of the day, um, like this, who knows? Somebody who might like cigars will get in touch with you
Exactly.
because hey, he got a new line. I want to try it. Um, in the Dallas area, Texas, I told you, who knows? Somebody might want to again. There's different avenues. This can be worldwide, where
Exactly.
somebody you start shipping and you be like, oh my god, I'm shipping to Germany. I'm shipping to whoever, whatever, who knows. But the fact that you want to keep everybody involved, not just in what you're doing, but supporting everybody is the key of, I feel, major success. Because you could
I
be
agree.
a person that's not jealous, but selfish and keep
Hmm.
everything to yourself, but you're not like that. So again, I appreciate you. I put out there that the guy that's coming after you and you and a guy that's coming on Thursday. I had all men this week. And I said these are the moments that I enjoy because I have a chance to change the narrative when it comes to our black men.
Thank you. Thank you.
So not only are you served, not only are you serving in the community, not only are you serving with your family, again, we're changing the narrative of what the world says is not happening with our black men. I have just proven to you, everyone out here, that yes, we'll continue to see uplift and push our black men to where they're supposed to be and continue to go beyond that. Um, that you're not out here shooting people. You're not out here just having kids all over the place and not supporting them. Not only just tearing down the whole stigma. I love it. I truly do. I appreciate it because again, um, any chance that I have with my platform, anything that you do in the future, if you want to come back on the show, I would definitely have no problems with that because again, every chance that we put out here on social media, in our public, in our communities, wealth transfer,
Yes. Yes.
uh, positivity, love, because you gotta love people to do what you do.
Oh yeah. I just think we need to support each other. Like we all need to. We're going to spend our dollars somewhere. Like that's a guarantee. Yeah, we're going to spend money. So no, why not spend money with the people who look like you and went through the same struggles of you? You know, we need to stop this whole we'll support them but not support us. Like we need to support each other. Like I support all my Black businesses, 100%, 200%. I support them. You know, I just found out Target has a whole African American product line in Target that I now will go there and support them. So I just think that we have to create that generational wealth through ourselves. Let's spend
Yes.
within our own community first, you know, and we support each other, then we don't need anybody else's support. We have our own
Yep.
network of businesses and there's nothing you can't buy that's not coming from us. You just have to do the research and find it.
And we are in control and we dictate the rules.
Exactly.
So
100%. 100%.
for those who are online, if you have any questions for Mr. Jackson before we get off, please write them in the group chat so we can ask him whatever we choose before we
And
let him
there's
go.
one more thing that we did forget. We forgot the Jersey
The
J's
Jersey
better beer butter. I
beard
gotta
butter.
put that out there. I gotta put that. This is an all natural beer butter designed for men of color. It has all the ingredients, all natural ingredients, 100% natural ingredients, and it is designed for men of color because once again, there was nothing out there for us that was good for our skin, our hair texture. So I came up
Is
with
is
the
that to help grow or to
it's a
maintain?
both. It's a two-in-one growth and conditioner, two-in-one conditioner. So it helps
Matter
grow
of
and it
fact, I just had some people on my Facebook not too long ago struggling with growing their beard.
there you go. You
Wow.
can go to jerseyjays.com and I will definitely ship that to you. And it is a guarantee. I do guarantee it.
Wow. Look at that. So as soon as I'm off, I will definitely tag these couple of gentlemen who are struggling with growing their beard. Um, they'll be able to buy your product. So that perfect timing. Um, let's see. What am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, I have to ask this. So I asked all my guests, what does a balanced life look like for you?
What does a balanced life look like for me? Um, one, as long as I'm healthy, that's first and foremost. My health is very important to me. And as far as as long as the people around me are doing well, I believe I'm doing well. You know, I gauge my success by the success of those around me. You know, like the people in my shop. I can't be the only one in the shop eating and everybody else is struggling. That just doesn't make sense to me. You know, so if everyone around me is comfortable and in my circle, because my circle is tight. So those who are in my circle, as long as they're doing well and they're pushing forward and my health is good, then I have no complaints. You know, because with those two things, I can take on the responsibility of taking care of my children. You know, taking care of people who need taken care of and help those who need to be helped. But I can't do it if I'm not healthy. I can't do it if I'm struggling. So I think those are the two things that need to be balanced in my life to promote others.
So how long again? I don't know if we talked about this. How long have your shop been open?
I've been open 7 years. This is actually the second spot. I had a smaller shop. I started getting bigger, so I had to close down and reopen with a bigger shop. So this is my second one in 7 years. Going on eight. Next year, my anniversary is in June next month. It'll be 9 years next month.
That's what's up. That is
Yeah.
what's up. Also I asked this question. Tell us something that people will be surprised to know about you.
Something people will be surprised to know about me. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. You caught me off guard with that one. Um, oh, I'm a great Italian cook. I cook Italian food. I can cook very well.
Hmm.
So,
So you
yeah,
will say that to a person who loves pasta, right?
yeah. Well, I spent 4 years in Italy. So I learned. Yeah, I lived in Italy for 4 years. So I learned how to cook very well when I was over there. A lot of people don't know that. So,
Listen, Italy is my dream spot that I have to go before I die. Okay.
oh, it's beautiful. I literally lived 40 minutes from Venice. I used to go to have lunch in Venice
I'm
every
done.
weekend. Yeah,
It's a wrap. It's
yeah. So
I'm done. I
yeah,
can't.
it is.
You just don't understand. Like I don't even the feeling that just like ran through my body just now. I feel like do you remember Mr. Softy?
I do. Some of the best ice cream ever.
What? To this day? Are you kidding
Yeah,
me? Oh,
yeah. It's the best runner-up to Carvel. Let's not get it twisted. So you got Mrs. Softy and then you got Carvel. They're running neck and neck. So I understand what you're saying.
you have officially just messed me up. I'm just saying.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that is on my to-do list. I'm not even saying a bucket list. This is
Oh,
to do is to go to Italy. You are the third person who has lived or lived in Italy. Two of them one family is from Italy. Second still lives in Italy and now you.
well, let me know because I got some friends that's over there, and I can hook you up with all the spots, all the places you have to go when you're there. You have to go.
So we know this is meant to be, right? So
Hey, what did you say in the beginning? 6 degrees of separation.
this is crazy. Oh my
That's
god.
it. That's it. You called it from the beginning.
Okay, let me be more professional. Let me calm down.
Nah, nah.
Oh my goodness. So people, I guess we didn't have anyone asking any questions. I probably asked enough. But however, I appreciate you coming in tonight to solidify the vibe of what we do here, the vibe that you have there. And I pray much success for you. Of course, this would not be
Thank
the
you.
last time I talk to
No,
you, of
definitely,
course.
definitely not. Definitely not.
And so I'm glad we were able to have a conversation, never an interview, ever.
Never.
Um, and so I'm glad that we again we're gonna be pushing names, the businesses this way so we could have more exposure for our people. So I appreciate it again that you took the time, you and the dog, to talk to us tonight. And again, I know you have something going on uh, later on with your people. So again,
We're doing
do
we're
you
doing a
have
little
any
something.
last words you want to say?
No, I just want to say first of all, thank you for having me. It was definitely a beautiful experience, and this will not be the last time because I got some other things coming up. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I got some things I'm working on right now with the whole cigar thing. That's gonna be in motion. So if you do come to Texas, by the time you get here, we might be doing something live at a different venue. So just look out for that. But I definitely thank you for having me on today. It was a great experience.
Absolutely. Again, people, please like, share, subscribe. I will definitely give you the link after we get off or later on tonight. I'll give it to you so you can
Okay.
share with your people if they wasn't able to get on tonight. Again, people, like, share, subscribe. I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Again, thank you, Mr. Jackson, and I will
Hey, I
talk to y'all
appreciate it.
soon.
All right, stay blessed.
Peace.
Thank you. Peace.